Hello everyone and welcome back. We're going to conclude our review of the Springfield Armory Echelon with a bit of a range demonstration. This isn't a torture test, and in the interest of full disclosure, I've never fired the gun before. So hopefully we'll get a good result, and I'll let you give you guys some feedback as we go along to let you know what I think. I will try to work the gun more quickly towards the end, and before we start, we'll talk about the ammunition that I've selected for today's demonstration and why I chose it. It occurred to me during the interim time between doing the inside and the outside portion of the video that I did not mention that the pistol is actually made in Croatia, which people that are familiar with Springfield XD know that's always the case, and it's made by HS Industries, as we mentioned earlier. So enough about manufacturing. Let's see how the pistol actually holds up under a little bit of range fire. So the ammo that I've selected for today's demonstration, one is the Buffalo cartridge Reman. The other one is from Phoenix Ammunition. I chose the Reman because it's perhaps possible that if you expect to find some feeding issues, it might be with remanufactured ammo. And specifically, I chose the Phoenix because my rival hates this. And the reason it hates it is because it has a very hard cupped mil-spec primer, of course foreign sourced. Lots of people are familiar with those challenges that shoot a lot of handgun. The rival has a very light trigger, and as such, it's going to be prone to more light strikes than perhaps other models. Now, I just use ammo that it likes and keep the light trigger, but hopefully the Echelon will run just fine on that type of ammo. So I tried to create a worst case scenario if there is one. Let's see what happens related to reliability and accuracy. I inserted the magazine, which I filled to its capacity of 20 rounds, which it seemed to take quite easily, and I didn't need to use the mag assist. Magazines actually work pretty well so far. So let's get one hot. It's got a very comfortable grip. I'm going to start with perhaps a target at about 6 yards. Right down the middle. The gun has a very easy to control recoil impulse, and the sight seemed to settle back down onto the target quite nicely. So far so good, and I really like the trigger. That went from about 6 to perhaps 10 yards. I'm going to work out a little farther just past the camera. So far, the gun feeds effectively. Trigger is very, very, very nice. Very impressed with the trigger. So let's try to see if we can't go a little faster. Yeah, it's a great pointing pistol. Recovers nicely after firing. So this is the first time I've shot the gun, and it just seems to go right where you want it to go. Line of sight. That nice big glowy dot in the front is very easy to find, and the horseshoe cut in the back seems to help you line it up way quicker than it would perhaps if it was 3 dots and you have that light coming through the front sight post on each side of the rear. This is actually quite a nice sighting system for this particular gun. I'm a fan. And the weird thing is, I didn't much care for it on the Hellcat, so go figure. So that was 20, did achieve slide lock, and the gun functioned perfectly. The last 10 rounds were actually the Phoenix, and as you can tell, it went extremely well. I got to tell you, Springfield Armory is going to sell a crap ton of these guns. It just seems to work. It's got a great feel, very nice handle angle, like we said, the 1911 grip angle. I got to tell you, wonderful weapon, definitely worth the $675, and I expect as things break in, the trigger will only get better. I must tell you, not to waste any more of your time with Range Monkey Drill, this is an excellent pistol. I truly believe it's a life safety tool and well worth the $675 MSRP. Fine example of a striker-fired polymer from Springfield Armory. If you're on the fence about the Echelon, don't be. Solid, safe purchase.